What's up, guys? It's your girl Red Velvet, always stirring it up. And make sure you do not forget to sweep above, below, wherever we put the sign.
What's up, YouTube? Right now, we are here at River City Wrestling Con with one of my favorite wrestlers in the business right now. You might know her from AEW, Red Velvet.
Stirring it up. How are you?
I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm good.
That's great. I have a couple of little questions, right? Your name's Red Velvet.
Yes.
Why? That's like I've never heard a wrestler that has like a dessert name.
Right. Well, I tell everybody, first started, I had like really red hair.
Okay.
And I went through like a total breakup. I was like dyeing my hair red. And I was gonna try out for Tough Enough.
Okay.
So I had to do like a video and then get a whole package deal. And when I got to do the video, I was like, I don't have a wrestling name. I was like, what am I gonna call myself? So my friends used to joke and say like my alter ego was like Red Violet. Like, oh, that's what she is when when she's hyper, when she gets drunk. Like everyone has an alter ego, right? So I was like, all right, cool, I'm gonna use Red Violet. And then my friend who was filming is a huge wrestling fan, and he was like, that's a gross name, like that's horrible, it's never gonna pick up. He was like, let's just go with Red Velvet. He's like, you're small, you're petite, you're sweet, beautiful chocolate skin, red hair, like let's just go from there. So I just winged it, honestly. I just winged it. It started with the hair, and then we went more towards like the kitchen references, the dessert references. The fabric velvet is like soft, elegant, and that's the way I try to carry myself in the ring, being a dancer and all. So then it just took off. So now it's not the hair anymore, as you can see. During COVID, I actually dyed my hair dark just to see like if it was really just about the hair, and it wasn't. So
that's good though.
Yeah, thank God.
Of course. See, in my mind, I envision it's like, oh, I need a wrestling name. So you open up a pantry, it's like, here's Kate, Red Velvet. That could work.
That could work. I mean, I do love to bake, but it never came across that way. It just happened to be like right place, right time. My hair was super red, and my friend just had an idea. And yeah, to this day, he's like, yeah, that name because of me. Yes, I have that name because of you. So.
Well, you say you like cooking, right? So what's like your favorite thing to make?
My fiance is the better cook, so I'm the baker. I love funfetti cake is a good one. I still haven't done carrot cake, but we're starting a vlog where we're gonna cook a bunch of things. I'm a baker, so brownies, cookies, cakes, all that's me. The kitchen, other stuff, I leave it to him. But I like to cook too, but...
Well, if you guys start like a vlog, you should do like a mukbang. So you know what that is, right?
A what?
A mukbang. So basically it's like a video of you guys just like literally talking to the camera and just eating a bunch of food.
Oh, people like that too, yeah.
Yeah, so like if you make like a bunch of red velvet cakes and just sit there and just eat it for like 30 minutes, talk about whatever in the world you want. Because like I swear, people will watch that.
Of course.
It will work.
Yeah, we're going into like doing certain recipes, so maybe we'll like ask the fans what they want us to make, and then we'll make it. And then chit chat about that, I don't know how much red velvet cake I can eat in 30 minutes. Probably not good for my teeth.
Probably not the best thing.
Probably not the best.
Dentists wouldn't like that.
Yeah.
And talking about Britt Baker actually being a dentist, what's the thoughts on her now being the AEW Women's Champion?
I mean, she's not the favorite one on my list. Definitely somebody that I gotta give credit where it's due. She made it her business to make sure she was gonna put herself as number one to beat Sheeta to become the champion. So I'm not gonna fault her there. She's not the nicest, but that doesn't worry me. I mean, I'm gonna make sure I'm number one on her list.
Good.
I'm going for that title.
Good.
I would love to take it off her specifically.
No, definitely. We all want to see it. I mean, I'm tweeting about it all the time. Like, when's Red Velvet going to hold some championship gold? Like, it needs to happen. When do you think you want to challenge her? When's the next time you think you're ready to challenge the AEW Women's Champion?
I mean, let's be real. The champ calls the shots. So it's whether or not she's going to want to take the challenge. But I throw the challenge anytime, any place. Like, let's do it. I don't care. Pick the time, pick the place, pick the arena, pick the match. I'm game. So I don't back down from no one. As you guys can see, I don't care.
Oh yeah, that's some fiery words right there. Those are fighting words. But also talking about that, you mentioned your fiance earlier. How did you guys meet?
We met, ironically, at a wrestling show that I had another boyfriend at the time. Like I had a boyfriend. He wasn't my boyfriend, but I went to go watch an all-guy wrestling show that Gangrel was hosting.
Oh, okay.
And he was at that show, and I remember when I saw him, I did not like him. I thought he looked like the biggest asshole.
He's a big dude.
He's a big dude.
Who's your fiance, by the way? For
everyone who's watching, Wes Briscoe, son of Gerald Briscoe.
Big fella.
big guy, tattooed.
Yeah.
So I just was like, he does not look nice at all. So I just saw him that one time. We kind of switched words at the show, and then we moved on. And then like 2 years after that, I think, I was at a show and he was my agent. Yeah, and he was super professional. He did not try to like get my number or nothing till after the show.
Respect.
And then we went on a date, and then fast forward, now
What was
we're
the first
engaged.
date?
First date was a pizza place where we got attacked by, not literally attacked, but the people behind us were fans, so that was super awkward. They were fans of him, they didn't know who I was. And then the pizza guy was a fan, so we ordered a medium and got like an extra large, and I was like, it was an Italian place, so I was like, I know you guys are Italian, like, is this your medium? And they were like, no, you know, the cook knows him and stuff. So it was there, and then we went to downtown Orlando for the first time. There's this bar called The Lodge, so that's where we first went. And then, yeah, he told the bartender I was the love of his life on our first date.
My God.
That would have been
My
weird.
guy's out here with
Yeah, I knew it was weird, and then I like something was like, I think he's right, and then fast forward, you know, put a ring on it. So
how did you guys get engaged? What's the story behind it? It has to be cool, right?
well, we were supposed to have a show in Africa, and he then said that he was going to propose in Africa after, not in the ring. We hate like the in-ring stuff, but he was going to take me on a safari and like do all that. But then the trip got canceled. So then he waited till Thanksgiving. Our parents met for the first time. And I kind of knew because I just know him. I was like, all right, our parents are meeting for the first time. They're going to be together for the first time. He's acting really nervous. He went a couple days ahead of me to his parents' house. So I was like, it's go time. So when he asked, I was like, just quiet. I didn't cry. And like, I used to always watch engagement videos because I love love, and I love watching how people cry and how happy they get or shocked. And I was just a mute, and I felt so bad. I was like, and I think I was more like shocked
So
and shy.
was there like no reaction? You're like, will you marry me? He was like,
I was just like, oh my god. And then I just looked at him, and I was like, before I even said yes, I was like, I knew it. Like, it was so bad too. I didn't even say like yes right away. I was just like, I knew it. Yeah, I was like, I just knew. And then his dad had the biggest smile on his face when I got there, and like he gave me this real tender hug. I'm like, something's weird around here. Like, not that he doesn't, but he was overly happy that day. So I was like, oh, something's up. So that's what it was. We kept it a secret, just due to past things in my life. So, you know, we wanted to have the private moments. So we got engaged in November, but we actually didn't tell anyone until December, almost January. So
gotta take the time, whatever feels comfortable.
Yeah.
Of course. But also talking about your family, your father was a boxer, right? Yesterday, depending when this goes up, there was a big YouTuber versus TikToker fight.
Oh, no.
I want to know your thoughts on like YouTubers getting into boxing. So coming from someone that's like from a family.
YouTubers getting into boxing.
Yes.
Okay, I don't discredit anyone who wants to try something because there has been multiple people that they didn't grow up with it and they didn't start with it, even with wrestling, and they got into it and they turned out great. So I'm no one to knock other people, but if you're gonna do it and you come from like a different history, you gotta take it serious because you can't just like come into a world that's huge and kind of shit on it. If you're gonna come in, you gotta come in and make a statement and be the best of the best. So I don't really fault them, but if you're gonna come in, you better come in like guns blazing, like ready to go.
Did you watch Logan Paul versus Floyd Mayweather? Or did you at least hear about it? Oh, no? No, that's a no.
I did watch it. My face says it all. No comment.
Yeah.
We need a redo, and I think it, like, if we're being honest, it was bought. I think everyone wanted a part 2, and they wanted a part 2, and money talks. Very unsatisfied. I think how we, some of us wrestlers were watching it. It's a work. It was a work.
A lot of wrestlers seem to tweet that a lot. I was like, I wonder, like, it probably was. It kind of looked a little.
I mean, it's Mayweather. Come on,
Yeah,
like, if he wanted
no way.
to knock him out, he would have knocked him out. I just think like they want round 2, and I don't fault them when he talks.
I mean, fair enough. What's your thoughts on Jake Paul? Have to ask him. He's a big name right now. The whole gotcha hat stuff, make Mayweather upset. Have to ask. What's your thoughts on Jake Paul?
Honestly, like, I couldn't really critique him. Like, I feel like he gave a good fight, but like both of them are the potential of like one of them was bound to knock each other out.
Yeah.
And just the fact that it was like I think the fight was like knockout only, right? Like not by decision.
This exhibition.
Yeah, you see, come on. No.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
What did you think about it?
I wanted Logan Paul to win really badly, right? Not because like I want Mayweather to lose, but for like the memes would have been hilarious if the YouTuber beats the like greatest boxer of all time. Like that would have been crazy.
Yeah.
And I asked all that because like I want to get in the ring. Not gonna lie. Who do you think on the AEW roster I could fight?
Well, you're a dude, so if we're going with the guy roster, I mean, you can fight anybody on the roster.
I was thinking Will Hobbs.
I was thinking the same thing.
Yeah,
I think you and Hobbs can have.
Yeah, he can catch all the hands.
Well, he's calling you out.
So talking more about you, what was your favorite wrestler growing up? I know it's a basic question, but I still have to ask.
Favorite wrestler growing up, which is so ironic now, was the Hardys.
Okay.
And Lita, so I think it's so ironic that I'm in the same locker room with Matt Hardy, even though he's with Ali, who's not my favorite either. Anyways, Matt, still forgive you. But the Hardys were definitely my favorite growing up, and The Rock. So.
Yeah, that's fair. When did you first start getting into wrestling, as in like training?
Training-wise, 2015. I started watching wrestling at 9.
Okay.
I was 9 years old. I was the only girl in 3rd grade who watched wrestling, which is how I had the guys have my back, because they used to watch wrestling. And they couldn't believe I was a girl who watched wrestling. But I started training 2015, and I debuted 2016.
Were you like one of the only girls that was training like in your school at the time? I know that happens a lot.
There was like 2 of us, but I was the only one who kept coming back. My trainer still laughs about it to this day. He said I was not good. I was so skinny. My bumps were bad. And he's like, she's not going to make it past a week. And then
You proved him wrong though.
I proved him wrong.
Look at you now.
And now he's
AEW.
right?
Yes, sir.
And he's crying now and stuff every time he sees me on TV. So you got to prove him wrong, you know?
That's great to hear. Now, is there like a dream match right now that you want really badly? In AEW, not AEW? What's your dream match?
Oh, I get that question a lot, and it's so hard because to just like
Such a basic
even
question,
scatter,
but you have to,
even
like,
to scatter my brain to think. I checked one off my list. It was against Serena. That match was amazing.
It was.
Yeah, she
great.
leveled me to a whole different level.
Yes, sir.
So I have to think. I'm gonna keep it on the roster,
Okay.
just so I can like
Fair enough.
leave my brain for it. Definitely would love to go one-on-one with the alien, Chris Statlander. She can go. She can go, and I watched her very closely now that she came back. And she's on a roll, and she means business. So I think we can have a good bang.
Definitely. I can see that match being really good. Yeah, totally. And I guess my last question is for like girls that are trying to get into wrestling, that want to be a wrestler, that went through the same thing as like, oh, you're not the best in the ring, et cetera, et cetera. What would you tell them as far as like becoming a wrestler? Because I'm sure there's a lot out there that want to do this, but just don't have like the motivation, the confidence to actually go out and actually do it, being in like a very dominant male sport.
Absolutely. I think if you want to get into wrestling and you're a woman, now's the time, because now there's so much more help, assistance, advice, attention on the women, and we're equal with the men. We've shown that we can hang with the men. If you're young and want to get into it, don't let anybody tell you that you can't. I still have friends to this day from middle school and even high school who tell me like, wow, I remember you used to talk about this. Wow, I remember when I saw you in college and you were doing it and you were working and you had 2 jobs, and like it's crazy to see that you kept going. And it's only because I didn't let anybody tell me that I wasn't going to do it. I was laser focused, and all the negativity was just fuel. And now it's great to see those people that were saying I couldn't slide in my DMs congratulating me, and I just delete. See ya. If you ain't got no haters, you ain't popping. So never let anyone tell you that you can't, because you can't. Like, size doesn't matter. I'm small, petite, feisty, but I always tell my opponents, unless you knock me out or kill me, I'm not going anywhere. So.
Okay, yes sir. That's the last thing I'm gonna leave it on that. That's perfect.
Mic drop.
That's perfect. Thank you for your time.
No
I
problem.
really appreciate this interview. We're at the River City Wrestling Con right now. This is Red Velvet from AEW. Where can they find you on social media?
You guys can find me on social media. Instagram, it's I just forgot now. Oh, my Instagram, it's LA_Red Velvet. If you guys want to follow me on Twitter, that's THEE_Red_Velvet. Make sure you follow me and my fiance's vlog that's up now, Velvet and Briscoe Adventures on YouTube. Book me on Cameo. Subscribe to his channel. You can find me on Cameo. You know, I've been waiting to do a breakup. You know, I do graduations, I do congratulations, get well soon. Still haven't gotten a breakup, so if you want to break up with a significant other, I'm the person to call to do it.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Imagine that, getting a breakup call from like Red Velvet. Like,
That's
hey,
fun.
they're leaving you. Like, oh, well, at least that felt nice. The wrestler said it. Wow, that's crazy. Well, if you want her to help you with your breakups and all the other kind of jazz, go ahead and book it. Even though you might forget on your Instagram, doesn't matter. They should already be following you anyway.
You should already be following
so
me. And this guy too.
Yes,
what are you doing?
Yeah, what's wrong with you guys? But thank you for your time.
Thank you
Muscle
for
Man
having
Malcolm. Subscribe.
We going up like 1,000. I'ma flex just like a muscle man Malcolm. We going up like 1,000. I'ma flex just like a muscle man Malcolm. When it just like 1, 2, 3. If you like the channel, this will squeeze. If you like the channel, this will squeeze. If you like the channel, this will squeeze.